Next order of business is H.R. 8883, the Protecting Seniors and Stopping Fraudsters Act, introduced by Representative Van Duyne, which combats hospice and home health fraud and abuse and protects vulnerable seniors. Representative Van Duyne has helped shine a light on the fraudsters who have stolen millions of taxpayer dollars while devastating seniors and families, many of whom are facing some of the most difficult moments of their lives. As my communications director recently reminded me, Representative Van Duyne has been focused on rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, particularly in Medicare's hospice benefit. From the moment she got on this committee, this legislation delivers on her longstanding commitment to strengthening safeguards, protecting hard-earned taxpayer dollars, and preserving the integrity of Medicare benefits for seniors who have paid into them for their entire lives. I'm pleased to recognize the gentlelady from Texas, Ms. Van Duyne, for an opening statement.
Thank you very much, Chairman Smith. Today, we are marking up legislation that is the result of years of oversight, investigation, stakeholder engagement, and bipartisan work to restore integrity to the Medicare hospice benefit. Hospice care should be about providing compassionate, dignified care to patients and families during some of the hardest moments of their lives. Unfortunately, bad actors have exploited this benefit, have endangered vulnerable seniors, undermined trust in the system, and cost taxpayers billions of dollars. Congress has a responsibility to step in and address it. For years, I have worked to shine a light on fraud and abuse in the hospice space and push CMS and HHS to strengthen oversight and enforcement. In February of 2023, Congressman Blumenauer and I led a partisan letter to CMS raising concerns about hospice fraud and requesting answers on gaps in oversight tools. The very next month, during a Ways and Means hearing, I questioned then Secretary Becerra directly on the department's failure to properly oversee the hospice benefit. Unfortunately, little, if anything, was being done. In June of 2023, I joined a bipartisan group of lawmakers calling on HHS Inspector General to investigate newly certified hospices engaged in unlawful and unethical practices that threaten both patient safety and taxpayer dollars. And then in March of 2024, I again pressed Secretary Becerra on why the administration had failed to adequately address fraudulent hospice schemes that were defrauding taxpayers out of millions of dollars. Yet again, Secretary Becerra and the Biden administration took little to no action to address the fraudulent activity taking advantage of vulnerable seniors. Just 2 months later, Congressman Blumenauer and I led another bipartisan effort with 38 lawmakers demanding answers from CMS on the implementation of recent reforms and what additional actions were needed to stop abuse within the hospice system. That work ultimately led to the introduction of the Enhancing Hospice Oversight and Transparency Act in November 2024. This bipartisan legislation, which I'm thankful for Representative Panetta and co-leading with me, would strengthen accountability, improve transparency, target high-risk providers, and move oversight from reactive to proactive. I also want to recognize the work that the Trump administration and CMS are now doing to combat fraud in this subject. Earlier this month, CMS announced the suspension of approximately 800 hospice providers tied to suspected Medicare fraud schemes. That is a significant step forward and shows the seriousness of the problems that we are dealing with. And just weeks ago, we had Secretary Kennedy sitting right before this committee discussing these enforcement actions and noting that hundreds of the hospices that had been shut down had not even reached out to CMS afterward. That alone speaks volumes. Legitimate providers fight to care for patients and maintain access to services. These bad actors were clearly more interested in exploiting the system than providing real care to vulnerable Americans. That's exactly why Congress must continue working alongside the administration to strengthen oversight, to close loopholes, and ensure taxpayer dollars are going toward patient care instead of fraud schemes. But enforcement alone is not enough. Congress must ensure CMS has the tools necessary to stop fraud before it happens, identify bad actors earlier, and protect beneficiaries from being unknowingly enrolled into fraudulent hospice arrangements. Our legislation does exactly that by strengthening enrollment screening, increasing oversight of newly enrolled and high-risk providers, improving beneficiary notification and disenrollment protections, and enhancing accountability throughout the hospice system. Our bill is about protecting vulnerable patients. It's about preserving access to high-quality hospice care for the families who truly need it. And it's about ensuring Medicare works for patients, not fraudsters. I appreciate the bipartisan work that's gone into this effort, and I thank all of the stakeholders, providers, watchdogs, and agency officials who have worked with us over the years to get it to this point. I urge my colleagues to support this legislation, and thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.